Hello everyone. So yesterday I said I'm not gonna do the UV mapping for this on stream, but I have a little bit of time, so I thought why not? Let's do this. So if you don't know this project, you haven't watched any of the previous videos, we're doing a moped that will be later posted on my Patreon, and at the start of each stream, I just show you my Patreon, tell you what I'm doing, what's the point of it, and so yeah. So this basically the Patreon is for free. There is a $5 membership just for support. Later on, it will have some perks, of course. You're not gonna pay for nothing. So the point of this Patreon is to do two things. First, to do creative studies, and I'm sharing these creative studies with you. Like studying creativity is something that I haven't thought about before, but once I started doing it, you actually change your perception of life, especially in this era of hustling and like 10xing and 100xing and like everything is systematic. We creatives, we don't have to think like this. We can keep our jobs. We can just allocate 1 or 2 hours per day for what we love until we figure out a way to live creatively, or maybe not. So we should not stress our creativity with income. So everybody's saying income streams and like, I don't know, ads, incomes, and like whatever. That's perfect. I hope I can reach that, and like I can feed and like my family through this. That's not shameful at all. But you shouldn't stress your creativity at the beginning with this. You should be focusing on creating. So keep your job, work as much as you want in your job, and like work on your the stuff that you love at night until you figure out this transition. So back to the Patreon. So I do creative studies and I do visual art studies because this is what I like. But you can do anything creative. You can do I don't know, gardening, skating, anything that's extra curriculum if you want. By the way, I don't, English is not my native language, so I have a lack in vocabulary, so I might sometimes not be very clear about it. I hope I'm coming through. So on this Patreon, we'll be posting about 3D sketching, 2D sketching, and computation art. I'm gonna already did actually. Like this is a geometry node file you can grab for free. This is a PSD file you can grab for free. This is a 3D Blender file you can grab for free with the textures. Later on, I'm gonna do tips and tricks and tutorials, of course. I'm trying to go as fast as possible because I don't have lots of time, but this is the fun part because later I'll be just focused on Blender and nothing else. So for this project, this is a world building study for basically composition, storytelling, and like studying genre of dystopian fiction. Right now, I'm just doing scenes from my city because it's already a dystopian and it feels fiction, to be honest, but the whole world feels like this these days. So previously or on previous streams we did sketches, and you can see posts in here that represent like some scenes that you see in my city. Like you can go and read it, and also for the whole project there is also another post where it kind of explain briefly without names or anything because this is dangerous here. Just the history and how this country is structured. Anyway, there's a lot of motorcycles or scooters in my sketches because they're everywhere in here because gas is expensive like everywhere in the world. So everybody bought scooter. It's not regulated. Sometimes they wake up and they start doing like some procedures just to collect taxes and money, and not because they care about the safety of anyone. I'm talking about the police, of course. So at this point, back to Blender. So we did all of this during maybe 2 or 3 streams. I cleaned up the modeling a bit off stream, maybe like half an hour, and I started with unwrapping. I'm not like with everything. I'm not really good at unwrapping. So the whole point of this is that you can learn while sharing, so you don't have to just do everything. Like, don't wait to be like very good at stuff to start sharing them, because in this day and age, you can create for yourself. I'm not saying like you should or you shouldn't. You can do whatever you want, just be you. But if you want to be visible online and you want like to do an online store or something like this, or Patreon like I'm doing, or whatever, you can share your learning experience. And I've been doing this for the past year on threads, and it's been fun. Like you'd be amazed like the support that you get from people, just like excited for your journey, like without any expect of anything. All right, so what I'm doing right now is just separating so yeah, separating each object so I can mark the seams and I can unwrap. Like this is like you select, you can right click and mark as a seam, or can U and mark as a seam, like the U menu. So I know like there will be a seam in here. I'm 100% sure about this. I know there will be a seam in here, and this is geometrical shape, so I don't really care. And these two are connected objects. So let me show you what's happening for the UV. So this is how the UV is, because we started with a box for this. So it looks like a box, but like there's a lot of things, a lot of stuff happening underneath that box. So let's U mark as a seam. How much time do I have? I have like an hour. So let's be as fast as possible. I'm not really sure where to, because when you mark a seam, if you do anything procedural, it's not gonna map, so you have to hide these stuff. But like with a cylindrical shape like this, like this object, you have to have a seam somewhere. So I'm either thinking of like maybe doing it in two places, or you know, let's do something first. Let's bring the reference images. So in here you have a lot of stuff happening. Let me see from the back. So marking a seam right in the middle doesn't seem like a very good idea. So I think I'm gonna do something stupid. I'm not sure this is the best idea. I'm gonna do a seam like this, or maybe hide it a bit more to the side. I'm painting, so when you paint, later on I'm gonna paint the texture. So when you paint the textures, or when you do like just a flat texture, this is not a big deal, because when you paint, you're gonna anyway cross these to the seams, you're gonna cross it, so you're fine. But when you're doing procedural, when you have like noise that are procedurally generated on this object, this can be an issue later on. So, but I don't think that would be a big deal here. So what we're gonna do is, so now that we have this shape selected, I think we can do link the L button. Oh, okay, so we need a seam in here. So I'm glad that we did that. So let's do 3 for the faces, L, then L, then L, L, just pressing the L. So as you can see, all of this is that. Oh, it's on my face. So all of this is that. I'm gonna hide this because we're focusing on the UV in here. So anyway, this is why I'm telling you this looks like a box UV, but it is not a box UV, so just be careful. And then press U, unwrap, press G. So this, I also have this button selected where you kind of sync the selections. It doesn't show. It's like the 2 arrows button if you ever open Blender. All right, so we have this for that, this for the top, this is for the back, and this is for the bottom. So these two are not really important because they're hidden, so later on we can do them smaller, but these are important. I don't know if we can do some sort of the checkered texture. I don't know if this is something that. So mark seams from islands, pick islands, average, okay, minimize stretch, stitch, align, show, hide faces, whatever, view. I'm pretty sure. So this is why, like, learning while streaming sometimes isn't the best idea, because I know that there's a way for me to add or to preview like some sort of a checker texture that will show here, but I honestly, I don't know where. So this will show you the where you have some stretches, which is fine. These are some other stuff which are already also fine. I don't know. Frame selected center. Anyway, doesn't matter. So I know that there should be a way for me to relax the whole of all of this, because it is doing this and it should be like that. And also, I don't know, it's not any of these. Let's see the N button. So the image, the tool, the views. No, nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Or maybe it's a. So this is the thing. I usually do this stuff on 3ds Max, or at least I used to do this stuff on 3ds Max. I don't do that here. So there should be a way, not to minimize stretch, but there should be a way to relax this whole thing. And yeah, I think that should be some sort of a plugin. Align, straighten. Whoa. Let's see. Straighten X, align auto. Nope. Minimize stretch, align vertically. I think what we're doing here is aligning two things together. Anyway, let's keep on moving with this until we have some more answers. All right, so for this one, I think it's easy to say. Okay, let's select. Let's pick these faces and hide them. And now let's deal with this. So it's clear that this can be a face by itself. So let's mark seam here, and we can mark seams easily here, right? Yep. Also, we can mark seams. Why am I selecting everything by itself? So you mark seams. So now we have these two that can map pretty straightforward. I think also in here, because this thing, so this thing is, I think we can mark a seam here also, or maybe like this. I'm gonna avoid adding a seam in here just to see how this will go. So we have all of that thing together. Now this won't work. This thing inside, that won't flatten out easily because it's too complicated. So what I'm gonna try to do is, at least I know this is not gonna show at all, so I don't really care, but let's do the minimum here. So let's try this. I think this is gonna be messed up, but who cares for now. So you unwrap and let's see what's happening. So for this one, okay, let's do this. Let's do it with faces, because with vertices sometimes it selects two vertices. So that's pretty cool. Rotate it 180. Put it somewhere in here. So that looks fine as expected. That looks fine also as expected. And these two, Sorry, this, what's this? Okay, we're gonna come back to this one later. Let's see what happened to this one. And why is it separated into two? And I don't know why we have a seam in here. So if you press U, clear the seam. There seem to be, yeah. So there's a merge issue in here. So let's merge that at the center. Let's clear the seam from here. Let's reproject this. UV project is gonna be a bit big, but that's fine. We can scale it. It's not a big deal. Even buy more because this is not gonna show, honestly. And for this, it's looking fine. Just making sure for this, it's looking fine. What is that? That's this face inside that we don't really care about, as I said before. So let's put it somewhere in here. I'm just separating stuff at this moment. And then you'll end up with this. So there is a lot of stretch here, which is not a big deal. So I'm gonna just go with it for now. All right, so we finished this. So let's Ctrl Alt H. Okay, so for now we have these guys. This is the seat. Why aren't you connected? So it seems as if we also have a tab, Control I, hide everything else. We have also a weld issue in here. What's happening? So these are welded. Why aren't you guys welded? So now, where are we separating this easily? What's happening? Is it a command? Can I do that for everything? Can I just pick a face and remove it? What? All right. So in this mode, you can kind of separate faces easily, it seems. I don't know why. You can rip it. Okay. So this is the selection mode, and all right. I have no clue. Minimize stretch. How can you minimize stretch? Through iterations. Okay, but I don't think you can do that here, right? If you minimize stretch in here, so it's not relaxing the whole thing to be straightened up. Okay, so this is the relax. Yeah, but the relax here is weird. Alright. Just forget it for now. Okay. I think I'm gonna solve this. Of course, I'm gonna watch some tutorials. And I'm gonna tell you how I'll solve it in the end. So anyway, let's save on the next stream because I'm really short on time for this one. So I'm just doing it for now. Not doing a very good job. Let's be clear about this stuff. Alright, so what's next? Let's do this. That's easy. That's an easy one. So Control I, hide everything else. So now we're dealing with this. Okay, so it looks like that. And I think this one should be super easy, so this is just a box, so we can treat it as a box. U, mark the seam. This, mark the seam. Mark these and mark these, and then just select everything and unwrap. That should be easy. So this is that. These two are this, and the sides and everything is clear. So just scale it maybe by a lot. By 70%, put it somewhere, doesn't really matter now. And we move on. Alt H, so let's hide the stuff that we did. Okay, so first this, let's hide it. Then this. And hide it. Okay. This goes this one. Let's hide this, this. These guys should be... Alright, so these are the stuff that we said that we're not gonna really see, so that's why they buy themselves. And this. Okay, let's start with this little thing in here. I don't know if we can do it for this one at least. So let's do add that. A smart TV project, because it's kind of obvious. So this is the top, it makes sense. Let's remove this. Seems it's not that obvious for some reason. Yeah. I did a fine job, I think. Yeah, that's fine. That's good enough. Good enough for me, so let's put it somewhere for now, doesn't really care. Let's hide it. Let's isolate the object. This one should be also easy. The light shouldn't be that hard. So let's do, is it shown somewhere in here? What's this? Let's do a smart TV unwrap. It didn't do a good job, so let's do it ourselves. So we're kind of dealing with this. Control I, hide everything else. So what we should do is pick these edges, mark these as seams, then select everything, and let's try to do another smart TV project this time with the seams. Doesn't respect them. Scale to bond, scale, Okay. No. Let's just do one unwrap. Yeah. Makes more sense. Pick these. Just push them away for a bit. Move it anywhere you want. Just a quick test. If I do an unwrap, so angle based, scaled, I think we can increase the margins. Anyways, Alt H to bring everything back. Now we have these guys, so let's pick them up. Then that, let's save first. Okay, let's Ctrl I, hide. So these are the cylinders that you can see. These are the small cylinders. Or like maybe the inner ones. Okay, so for this one should be an easy one to select. So maybe if we do just an L. Let's just do an unwrap quickly for this one. Put it to the side. Rotate it by -90 or maybe by 90, so rotate it by 80. Let's do an on Control I and hide everything else. Let me just focus on this one because this isn't good. This isn't good. Can you mark seams from faces? No. Here you can do that. You can mark these seams. But in here, you need to mark the seams separately. Okay, now these are stretching, but do I really care to create more islands and more separations and more seams here? I don't know. So let me try something. Just let's unwrap. Now, okay, now these, which are this, shouldn't be this way because this isn't that's proper. That's not proper scaling. That's stretching. Like you can see, it's green, so it's bad. But at this scale, behind the license plate, I'm probably never gonna touch it, never gonna paint it, never gonna do anything. Nobody's gonna see it. So I would rather, like, even these faces, I don't really care about having them separately, but just now for the sake of moving on, let's move on. Alt H. Then let's do this guy. Control I, hide. So this is why yesterday I said I'm not really excited about doing this stuff on stream because they're not really interesting, but maybe you can learn a thing or two. Like, I definitely need to learn more, so I think I'm gonna do that after I stop streaming. So we'll see. So anyway, you mark a seam. That's an important phase because this is where you're gonna see the numbers, the plates. So this is important. And where can we mark more seams? So let's do one more in here. Of course, that's too much information for such a small phase. Let's mark this as a seam, and then let's mark a seam in here. Let's just do a UV project. So this is this ribbon that goes around, and then you have the back face, the front face, and the frame, and that's all you care about. It's already too much information for that. And we'll end up now with these two guys. So Ctrl I, H to hide everything else. It's still the same object, you're just hiding geometry, so you can work on it. So you have to separate between hiding the objects, between working in edit mode and in object mode. Because even now I am in edit mode, it doesn't show because there's this frame, but if I create something in here, it is in edit mode. It is inside the object. It's not like a separate object by itself. So this one should be careful because I always make that mistake. So first I'm gonna do a smart UV project. And I need to increase the margins by maybe 0.1. Alright, so I'm happy with the cylinders. I'm fine with the cylinders. That's basically all I need. But I actually hate this. Like these guys should be one face. So what I'm gonna try to do, at least, I'm gonna try to do a cylindrical projection maybe. If we change the faces, what are we seeing in here? No. Nope, not what I want. Okay, let's try something else. Or anyways, let's move this to the side because we now have like an easy selection. I don't know what's this. Anyways, let's not worry much about this. Let's go and let's just mark a seam somewhere here. And then let's do an unwrap. Sorry, let's try it again. Okay, because we're in the vertices mode, we're selecting other stuff. So okay, let's do an unwrap now. Yeah, that's better. And the same thing for this. Let's mark another seam in here. And that should be for everything. Right? Right. Maybe without these two. Yeah, without these guys. So now if we unwrap, we have this. We have this. What's happening on the other side? Okay, so this is... Okay, got it. What's this now? Who are you with? Okay. So it seems that the smart UV project did not make a good job. So this is that. This is this. And this is that. Who are you guys? What are they connected to? Let's try by vertices to see what's happening. Okay, so this is... Let's try to fucking merge by distance. 20 vertices removed. Man, this was a mess of an object. Okay. let's redo this. So UV unwrap, bring this back here, and you unwrap. Let's bring this back here. So this is one. That's fine. I'm not sure if I should increase the volume on my microphone because it's a bit far away today. We'll figure that out. So back to here. Edge. Select this one. Oh, we said this and this. Let's mark seams. Then let's unwrap this the proper way, not this, the whole thing. To the shoes. So this is first, this is second. That's for this. Then you have, I think, okay, 1, 2. All right, so let's arrange everything that's gonna be orange next to each others. So this and this phase. So this guy and this guy. And then you have this guy and this guy. All of these will be orange. And then you have the rest will be black, so you can just put them all together. They're too small. You're not gonna see anything anyway. Scale it by like 90%. It's too small. Let's do an all H, bring everything back. What do we still have? We still have the box, the rails, and this front piece. Let's do the front piece first. So let's do L, Ctrl I, hide everything else. And this is it. That's the front piece. Press the period button so we can rotate around it. Let's mark seams because it's obvious that that's the best way to handle it. All right, I'll be back 1 second. I'm back. Need to fix the camera. Just for it to track my face again. Let me fix stuff. I hope that the stream is still on. I think so. YouTube is telling me that everything is fine, so let's keep on moving. I'm sorry I had to take a phone call. So you, as I said, don't quit your job. Keep doing what you're doing, just share. Anyway, nobody's gonna be watching, obviously. But that happens a bit by bit, and you learn with time. Actually, I'm not a professional to talk about anything. As you can see, I'm streaming by myself. Old, sad, and lonely. No, it's fine, I'm joking. Alright, so just marking seams where I want them to be. I'm just kind of worried about the sound volume. I'm not sure if I should increase it. Just, I don't know how to increase it anyway from this side. You need to do that off stream, on your own time, not while streaming. But who has time? And let's be honest, it's fine. So this is gonna project fine without adding a seam in here to break everything. It's not gonna look nice. This is, I can do seams inside. Okay, I got electrocuted. I can do seams inside of this, but that's too small also. And there's no point in wasting. So let's just go to faces, select everything, just UV project, and you can see you have all of this. I don't know why my dog is upset. I don't know what faces are these. It seems that there is something inside of here, so I'm not sure why it has these faces. Maybe it's something inside. Yeah. There seem to be small faces inside of here. Okay, let's just delete them. We don't need them. Okay, so this is fine. And where are these guys? Okay, so and this is, all of this is this, which is also fine because, like, let's be honest, that's inside of here. Nobody's gonna see that. So there is no point of worrying about this. So move this to the outside, scale it by something. Let's Alt H just to make sure that, so it looks like a mess right now, but I think I can pack things later, especially when I'm talking about scale. Like, this is much smaller. So when everything is next to each other, when I can understand exactly what, so this in comparison to this, in comparison to whatever, that's gonna be the biggest part of it all. So this is when we start to, like, worry about stuff more. Okay, now what? Let's save. So what do we still have? So just by selecting these, you can see that I only have now these guys. And this is also not that complicated to deal with. So let's Control I, let's hide everything. Let's do the forward slash, I think, just to isolate this by itself. So this is just the top part, and this is the bottom part. I think I'm gonna do the top part first. So just this. And it should be also straightforward, like all of this is just one object. Maybe I should zoom out a bit. No, it's fine. And then we can handle this by itself. So let's do, okay, so that one was chosen easily. Let's do a, mark this as a seam. And then I think that's it. Let me try. Let's do a U, an unwrap. That's not it. Okay, let's press A, U, unwrap. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. Okay, let's put this to this side, Alt H. So let's pick this and this. Move them somewhere here. Let's grab this one. Let's do Ctrl I hide. Now let's mark the seams somewhere in here. You mark a seam. I think we need to do a seam somewhere in here. Mark a seam and let's select everything and let's unwrap it. And yeah, that's fine. There should be a way to just take this band, the banana shape, and straighten it up. I think it's an add-on. I don't know if it's already included. So if you go to add-ons and you go to the add-ons and you select UVs, that's the UV magic. Let's enable it. Information configuration. Documentation, no clue. So what does it do? Since we're learning on stream, let's take this out. So it flips, transfers, preserves UV sculpt, unwrap constraints, texture projection, align UV, smooth UV, back UV, which is important. I don't see like a good. Aren't we already doing these? So okay, no, this is just for UV. That's not it. So let's go edit, preferences. Yeah, the documentation seems to be. So this is for the sculpt, the inspection, the texture projections, and the bonding boxes. Anyway, we just turn it on. I'm not sure if we're gonna get some more stuff. Like, yeah, you have this. It seems like there's a mode for UV now. Nope. So if we turn off this, select all of this, pick UVs, pin, unpin, mark seam, clear seams, seams from island, nothing important. What's the align rotation? Nope. Smooth, that's a new one. All UVs are not separate. Let's do it again. Doesn't make sense. I don't know, for me at least. Straighten. Object. Let's pick this. Let's try it again. That. This. Pick this one. UV. Align. Straighten. So this is something else. All UVs are not separate. I don't know what this means. So it's straightened on the Y, it's straightened on the X. Oh, okay. Just give me a second. Let me do something. So if you do 90 degrees, pick everything, and then make this the active. And now you do the follow active quad. So select everything. This is an active quad. Follow the active quad. It looks weird. If you... Alright, anyway. Again, let's do that off stream. I still have 10 minutes. Let's see. What do I still have? So let's do an Alt H. Pick these guys. These guys, I'm gonna do them by that seam, by UV, by sharpness. And we just end up with these guys, which are gonna be a pain in the ass to unwrap, but let's do that. So Ctrl I hide. So let's do the easy parts first. We know that this and this are definitely a mark as a seam. And then we also know that we can go like somewhere in the middle here. Let's pick something in here maybe. Yeah. That face. And mark that. Press U, that's easier. Oh look, we have a lot of stuffs now. This is the UV sculpt. So that's the UV magic. I have no clue how to use it. Anyway, let's mark this as a seam. We're gonna learn more things later. Here, as you can see, there are faces that shouldn't be here. So let's delete these guys. And let's merge by distance here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, where were we? We need to mark a seam somewhere here. And I think we can delete these guys as well. And these guys, we don't need them. Right. Let's try our best. Yeah, that's fine. All right. Alt H. So everything is wrapped and everything is messed up. Okay, I think we can pack them somehow. Pack islands, expect shape, exact shape concave, rotation, any, no. Scale, method, margin. Just see what would happen. Yeah, I don't like this. I think I'm gonna pack them by myself because we have different scales and different stuff. it, it doesn't really matter first to pack them inside of here, just packs them. I'm just gonna try to pack them into a square. I'm gonna do this on my own time because it's gonna be super boring to watch. There's nothing interesting, and still I wanna watch some tutorials about this stuff. I wanna learn more about UV mapping. I usually do just a smart UV project quickly and just start to paint. I can do that. That the whole purpose of this project is just to do 3D sketches. So there is no point in doing what I'm doing, but I do want to learn it. Maybe there's something to learn from it. And also I'm planning to add these assets somewhere on my Patreon, and maybe like someone could find them useful for a game engine like Unity or Unreal or anything. Anyway, that's it for today. That was a quick one, very confusing one. Thank you if you watch this later, and